Anuradha here, whose practice largely revolves around adolescents and teenagers in this age group. So, Dr. Anu, we'd like to hear from you about, what age do you recommend to your patients? What age do you recommend that they take this vaccine? When they come, say, for a routine illness, how do you talk to them about this? I'm sure a lot of mothers here and also, people who have girls and boys in this teenage group will be very interested to know about this.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sandhya. I think that's a very, very important question. And I think the audience has already got a lot of insight into the vaccine and its administration from all the various things that the experts have shared. Having said that, when it comes to adolescents, we do have a lot of challenges in counseling the parents, recommending the vaccine. And in fact, we really struggled when the vaccine was initially launched. But I'm really happy to say that the awareness has increased a lot. And we are seeing a huge change in the attitude of parents, and parents are also more willing to get their children protected against this deadly illness. One of the reasons not one, but there are a couple of reasons why that has happened as well. One is, of course, that, media has played a good role in this. We have had a lot of ads and celebrities endorsing vaccine administration.
Who's the celebrity? Amitabh Bachchan?
No.
Amitabh
Bachchan is for shingles.
Okay.
So we have Soha Ali Khan, who has made a video, of course, and companies themselves like MSD, they have actually tried their best to promote and done a lot of activities for promoting vaccination against cervical cancer. Now, as pediatricians, for us, we follow immunization schedules which are recommended by our own academy in India, which is the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. And we have a group, the vaccine committee itself, which comes out with recommendations every single year. And along with that, of course, we also keep in mind the guidelines which are given by CDC, WHO, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. So these are the various scientific bodies that who come up with different recommendations. So currently, it's exactly like what Dr. Jyotsna mentioned. The recommendation is to start the vaccine as early as possible. So one of the biggest challenges in the last couple of decades was that there was a myth that the cervical cancer vaccine can be given only when girls have started their periods. So somehow it was linked to that, and this was a myth perpetuated by many people, and sometimes even it came from healthcare professionals who didn't know about this. And it became always a challenge to vaccinate the girls earlier. But now we are extremely confident because we have so many studies which are clearly saying that earlier is better. And in fact, as soon as the child completes 9 years of age, that's the time where we start talking to the parents about it. Now, as pediatricians, for us...
Just to interrupt you, Dr. Anu, is that the time that they come for their 10th year?
Exactly. That's why I was saying that, when they become 9 years old, that's the time we start talking about it. And also, if they are going to come for their 10th year booster. So for us, it's a huge opportunity. So I think we shouldn't lose that opportunity, because adolescents by and large are healthy individuals, and they're not like the younger kids, and they don't come to us often, and they don't go to anybody. So that's the reason I think it's so important for us not to miss this opportunity. Added to that,
boys and girls, is it?
Boys and girls both. And in fact, now we have more and more studies which are showing that especially between 9 to 12 years, we have close to 100% protection. The immune response is so fantastic. So shortly there may come a time where we will reduce the number of doses even further, which is really good for us.
Already speaking about just a single dose which is protected.
So that's why. So since already the immune response or the protection is so high, So it means that, we might be able to reduce the doses even further in this age group. So in terms of when we look at cost factor also, so we really want our kids to get protected early. So because the number of doses before they reach their 15th birthday is only 2 doses at an interval of 6 months. So that makes it more affordable to the parents. And both girls and boys need to take this vaccine. But the difference is that while girls have a choice of taking the 2-valent vaccine, that is a vaccine which covers 2 strains or 4 strains, when it comes to boys, we recommend only G9, the 9-valent vaccine. Right. There were some states in the US which earlier, before G9 came, were giving the 4-valent vaccine even to certain boys, because it is a school-based vaccination program that exists all over in the West. And that's exactly the reason why we have such a low rate of cervical cancer. And we have seen a drastic reduction. We look at Australia, we look at Europe, because it's a school-based vaccination, so we have a very big impact on reduction in cervical cancer. So in India, it's pathetic. We don't even want to talk about what our screening looks like, what our immunization coverage looks like. So I think we have a huge responsibility, and we need to do a lot of work in promoting this vaccine. And we have had good response, and I think probably in the last 1 year, we have given close to 100 doses or even more to adolescents. And I'm very happy to say that, there is no need for anybody to get scared. There are no side effects. And like Dr. Jyotsna clearly mentioned, we just have very minimal side effect like any other vaccine. We expect maybe sometimes a low-grade fever, but hardly ever. Max, you get a local pain, and a child has to take some, paracetamol for that purpose. Having said that, it's very important while we are administering that the adolescents have to be monitored post-vaccination. So we always give them instructions, because sometimes the older adolescents, they come alone for vaccination, where they can. But the thing is that we always recommend that they bring somebody, or they take the vaccine and we make them sit and make sure that they are not giddy. We've had 2-3 occasions where the adolescents were giddy and we had to give them fluids, we had to monitor their blood pressure, etc. But there's no need to get scared. None of these side effects were life-threatening.
Right.
Yeah,
that's interesting, and I'm happy that we're discussing it in this group. Like I said, this is an informed group which can actually go out and recommend, say that, talk about the safety, and say, reassure friends, relatives who are questioning. Having heard from experts like all of you, it's important for them to have this knowledge and awareness, and make sure that we kind of spread the word that it's important to.
I think you have brought about a very important point, because this is one thing that we stress always. It's not just about the person who is taking vaccine in the clinic. So what we have done to, make sure that that they spread the word, we have educated our staff. So anybody who comes in, we just hand over the leaflet, we share the online resources which are there, we ask them to read up about it. They don't have to take an immediate decision. But the thing is, we tell them that please inform everybody in your family, your office, anybody who is connected to you. I think that really makes a very big difference.
So thanks, Dr. Anu. What about the cost of the vaccine, Dr. Jyotsna?
Yes. The Gardasil 9 is about 10,850, and Gardasil 4, that is a 4-strain quadrivalent, it's 3,927.